Oh, where do I even begin with this absolute catastrophe of an institution called Akademia Sztuk Pięknych? I am Jana Matejki w Krakowie. Let us take a journey, my fellow disillusioned souls, into the abyss of artistic despair, where creativity goes to die and dreams are crushed under the weight of incompetence and nepotism. Imagine, if you will, a place where talent is measured not by skill or vision, but by who you know, who you flatter, and how deeply you can bury your dignity in the dirt of favoritism. This, my friends, is the reality of this so-called academy. Let me paint you a picture because, unlike them, I can paint. The moment you step into this crumbling relic of the past, you are greeted not by inspiration, but by the suffocating aroma of bureaucracy and neglect. The hallways whisper of broken promises, the walls adorned with the ghosts of what could have been, if only the people running this place had a single shred of integrity. The professors, oh, do not even get me started. They are not mentors, they are gatekeepers, armed with arbitrary standards and personal vendettas. If you are not part of their inner circle, if you do not lick their boots with the enthusiasm of a starving dog, then you might as well pack your brushes and leave. Because talent, hard work, passion, none of that matters here. It is all a game of who can brown-nose their way into a passing grade. And the facilities, oh the facilities, if you are expecting state-of-the-art studios, think again. It is like stepping into a time machine set to the 19th century, except there is no charm. Only cracked easels, peeling paint, and a heating system that seems to believe in the concept of artistic suffering. Winter, forget warmth. You will be shivering so hard your brush strokes will look like abstract expressionism against your will. But the worst part, absolute worst part, is the soul-crushing realization that this place does not care about art. It cares about ego. It cares about maintaining a hierarchy where the well-connected float to the top, while the genuine artists are left drowning in rejection. And do you know what that does to a person? It does not just break your spirit, it makes you question whether art was ever meant for you at all. And yet here we are, still talking about it, still feeling the sting of betrayal, because we believed in this place. We thought foolishly that an academy bearing the name of Jan Matejki would honor the legacy of great art. Instead, we got a circus of favoritism, outdated methods, and a system designed to chew up dreamers and spit them out. So tell me, dear listener, have you ever been betrayed by an institution that was supposed to lift you up? Have you ever given your all, only to be told you are not enough by people who do not even deserve to judge you? Then you already know the pain of Akademia Sztuk Pięknych. I am Jana Matejki w Krakowie. And if you have not, count yourself lucky and run the other way, because this is not an academy, this is a graveyard for artists, and I refuse to let my creativity die here.
So I was looking into crimes near Akademia Sztuk Pięknych. I am Jana Matejki w Krakowie. And you know, it's like, I found some really disturbing stuff. Businesses around here are like, they ray supposed to be trusted, you know. But really, they ray just taking advantage of tourists. Like, take these currency exchange offices on Floriaska and Grodska streets. They ray posting these amazing exchange rates, but only if you ray exchanging a lot of money. If you ray exchanging a small amount, like 100 euros, they ray charging you a commission of like 29 euros. Can you believe it? And when you complain, they just refuse to help you. I predict that the tourist who got scammed was probably really upset and felt really stupid for not reading the fine print. I mean, who expects that kind of thing, right? And the staff, they ray probably just used to doing this to tourists and getting away with it. And then there's this jewelry store in Sukianis Market. They ray selling this gold necklace with an amber butterfly pendant, and it looks amazing in the store lighting. But when the tourist took it outside, the chain and pendant were totally different colors. Can you believe it? And when she tried to return it, the sales clerk just didn't care. I predict that the tourist was probably really disappointed and felt like she'd been ripped off. And the sales clerk, they ray probably just thinking, oh, another tourist who doesn't know any better. And oh my gosh, these bar scams are like, so common around here. There was this one tourist who got invited to drinks by two women, and they ended up charging him 369 zloty for a few drinks. Can you believe it? And when he tried to leave without paying, the bartender started getting aggressive. I predict that the tourist was probably really scared and felt like he had to pay just to get out of there. And the bartender, they ray probably just used to intimidating tourists into paying these ridiculous bills. And finally, there's this online coin shop that operated with a storefront presence. They were taking orders for gold and silver bullion coins and bars, but never delivered them. Can you believe it? They took over 1 million zloty from over 74 victims. I predict that the victims were probably really upset and felt like they'd been robbed. And the owner, Adam S., he's probably just sitting in jail right now, thinking about how he got caught.
In this segment, I will discuss how the businesses near the Akademia Sztuk Pięknych Jana Matejki w Krakowie are like a series of letdowns that leave visitors feeling uneasy and frustrated. The common thread that runs through the establishments in this area is a combination of substandard service, prices that seem to ignore the value offered, and a quality of product that often strays far from what one would expect based on the promises made on menus and storefronts. Restaurants in this neighborhood tend to present themselves as authentic or premium experiences, yet the reality frequently involves dishes that are altered beyond recognition, portions that feel miserly, and a level of attentiveness from staff that can be described as neglectful at best. The pattern is not limited to a single eatery. The same disappointments can be sensed across the culinary landscape surrounding the Academy. One particularly telling example is the Indian restaurant Royal Curry. This venue attempts to attract diners with the allure of exotic flavors, but reviews reveal a stark contrast between expectation and delivery. Patrons describe meals that are overly sweet, lacking the spice and depth that define genuine Indian cuisine. A chicken tikka masala that arrives drenched in food coloring and syrupy tomato sauce leaves diners unable to finish their plates. Traditional items such as lemon rice are served in portions so small that they fail to satisfy even a modest hunger, while naan is described as rubbery and difficult to chew. Even the iconic Kolkata biryani appears to miss the mark, arriving without the juicy, spiced character that defines the dish, prompting comparisons to a bland, overcooked version that could have been assembled with a handful of spices from a supermarket. Service at Royal Curry adds another layer of disappointment. Wait staff have been reported to engage in idle conversation with other patrons while ignoring the needs of those at their own table, creating a sense of being invisible. Requests for assistance, such as packing leftovers, are met with indifference, forcing customers to handle the task themselves without any courtesy. Instances of rudeness and dismissive attitudes surface repeatedly, leaving a bitter taste that overshadows the food itself. In one account, a customer found a hair in their dish and sensed a lack of hygiene standards, prompting concerns about the safety of the kitchen practices. Beyond the restaurant, the broader narrative of businesses near the Academy appears to echo these shortcomings. Shops and cafes often present a polished facade, yet the underlying experience can feel like a poorly scripted performance, where promises of quality are replaced by a hollow delivery. Prices tend to be inflated relative to the actual value received, and staff interactions sometimes betray a lack of training or genuine care for the guest. Travelers should approach this area with a heightened sense of caution. It is advisable to seek out establishments that have garnered consistent positive feedback, perhaps those frequented by locals rather than relying solely on tourist-focused venues. When selecting a place to eat, looking for signs of authenticity